Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Calypso Cigar Review Quickie. I am your host Brandon Luna, and today I'll be reviewing a personal favorite of mine, the Letelier 52. This cigar was released last year, has a different little wrapper on it than a lot of the cigars have out there. It's a Spiritus Sante Ecuadorian wrapper. The binder and filler are both Nicaraguan. It's listed as medium to full, and I'd say it starts pretty medium and kind of works its way into full. This came out around the same time as the Surrogates line, so if you haven't tried it yet, give it a go if you like a medium to full flavored cigar with a different flavor profile to it. We're going to get into that after I cut and light, and I'll give you an update on the first third. Alright, so I'm into the first third of the Letelier 52, and the burn is a little off, but it's nothing that I'm worried about. I think it's going to correct itself quite nicely. The flavors that you get on the initial cold draw is a very floral note with a creaminess to it and a nice rich tobacco. You also get some nuttiness on the cold draw. Into the first third, you are getting the nuttiness still. There is definitely a nuttiness there with the cigar. You do still get the floral notes, but it's more of a kicked up kind of it's like between a floral and a woodsy note. There's a lot of wood flavor in the cigar. I wouldn't necessarily call it a cedar wood, but it is some sort of wood I can't really place. But it is full of flavor, and it's got some power to it. It's actually stronger than I remember it being, but I haven't eaten today, so that's probably part of it. But it is a full flavored cigar, so good and so different than what's out there other than this. I really can't think of another cigar that tastes like this one. It's pretty unique. The first time I smoked it, I remembered thinking that it had sort of a pseudo Cuban flavor to it. It doesn't taste as Cuban as, say, like the Herrera Esteli, which is another non-Cuban that is very Cubanesque. But I think it's really because of the floral notes and because of the uniqueness of the flavor that it kind of harkens back to that time and kind of makes you think that maybe it is pseudo-Cuban. So I'll be back after the first third when I'm well into the second third and give you another update. Alright, so I'm about halfway through the Letelier 52, and I gotta say this is just as tasty as I remember. It's been a while since I've had one of these, but I am still a big fan of them. It's just got a unique flavor profile. It's got a lot of cedar, it's got a lot of spice, it's also got a creaminess to it that just really helps to make the cigar seem like it's milder than it is, but really it is pretty much a full-bodied cigar. Lots of unique flavors kind of melding in this one. You got nuttiness as well, kind of an almondy nuttiness that kind of lingers on the palate. It's got kind of a long finish, but it's a nice long finish. Sometimes I don't like a long finish on a cigar, but I am a-okay with the long finish on this one. It is tasty. If you have not tried this, highly recommended, and the last third just has more surprises coming. So I'll give you an update on the last third in a little bit here. Alright, so I made it to the last third of the Letelier 52, and as you can see, the burn has corrected itself pretty nicely. One thing I would recommend with this cigar is take the band off very slowly because it is a very light wrapper and you can easily rip it. I ended up splitting the wrapper on it when I took the band off, which is unfortunate, but it's still burning fine. The last third gets very strong. It's got a lot of power to it. The retrohale is going to spice you out on that last third, so if you've been retrohaling the whole cigar, highly recommend take it a little easy on that last third unless you're a seasoned pro. A lot of flavor in that last third. It's a lot of pepper, a lot of cocoa and spice. There's still that almondiness that it had before, as well as those floral notes coming back for the last third. Very unique, very different smoke. It's got a lot of flavor, and I highly recommend the Letelier 52. As always, check us out when you can at the Calypso Cigar Review Podcast on Podomatic. You can subscribe on iTunes and give us a 5-star review. That only makes it easier for people to find us. Go to iHeartRadio and heart us. Bing! So you can also help us reach more people. We're also on Spreaker, Facebook, YouTube. We're kind of all over the place, and we're now on Reddit. So check us out every week with our full reviews. We also do mini episodes when we can, and now the quickies. And everybody loves a quickie. So it's been great smoking with you. Have a great rest of the day.